Hello and welcome to another anime lore and theory video. I'm Shergok, your host, and today we are going to take a closer look at a longer and more detailed version of a video I recently released about why Ainz made this woman here cry, without even knowing that she existed. But before we are going to take a closer look at any of this, let me quickly thank my Patreons for supporting this channel, as well as say thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's get to the topic at hand. Our Overlord did many things without any intention or ill will. Still, this obliviousness led to some major and a few minor mistakes. For example, he accidentally made Emperor Jerknif submit to his sorcerer kingdom and vassalized Jerknif's entire country, the Empire of Baerut. He also accidentally ordered the world to be conquered by the Great Tomb of Nezarec, and didn't even realize what he had done until the 7th volume of Overlord, which, to be honest, could happen to anyone. Meanwhile, Evil Eye, the undead vampire princess, thought of Momon, the Dark Warrior, as a heroic human knight, and fell head over heels for him. While Ainz Ooal Gown allowed Entoma, completely unaware of what the true feelings of Evil Eye actually are, to avenge her defeat at the hands of Evil Eye and the Blue Roses, whenever she was no longer of any conceivable use to the Great Tomb of Nezarec. And our Overlord also made this woman accidentally cry and hide in her bedroom, again, without even knowing that she ever existed. And what sounds like yet another one-sided love story is in truth a consequence of the girl witnessing Ainz Ooal Gown's battle prowess at the Katze Plains, because this woman right here is no other than the 7th seed of the Black Scripture, the strongest elite unit of Slain. Their god is Surshana, the god of death. So they are composed of battle-hardened veterans who are all likely in the realm of heroes level-wise and among the peak of humanity, only overshadowed by the first seed of the Black Scripture, the nameless godkin who fought Sheltir Bloodfallen, and of course Zashi, the strongest godkin Slain has, or rather had. And the 7th seed's outfit is also quite deceiving. While she looks like a fashionable student, her clothes are not manufactured in the New World, and they are not a school uniform either. Instead, they were crafted by the very gods that Slain prays to, the 6 players who came to the New World 600 years ago. So while this outfit might look odd and out of place as a military uniform meant to provide protection, it is likely tougher than steel or titanium, can resist magic, and has all sorts of additional benefits. And just to be clear, even the unprotected parts of her body are in truth actually protected by this type of uniform, because it is likely just that powerful. And again, as a veteran of many battles, she has also seen quite a lot in her time in this elite unit as well, because the 7th seed of the Black Scripture is known as the Thousand Leagues Astrologe, and is able to see far into the distance, and as such, she was a witness to many important events. And I don't have to tell you how incredibly powerful this ability in and of itself is, for spying on kings and queens, for observing enemy troop movements or keeping an eye on incredibly valuable items, so that even if these items were stolen, her ability ensures she knows who took them and where the thief went. And this ability of the 7th seed was also used to observe the Battle of the Katze Plains. And here's where the trouble starts, because no one other than the undead Overlord and future sorcerer king Ainz Ooal Gown participated in it, making it a battle like no other. While the annual wars between the kingdom and the empire involved little to no actual fighting, since the mobilization of the kingdom's large peasant armies during the harvest season was intended to weaken the kingdom economically rather than militarily, Slain still tended to keep an eye on the battle, just to be sure. And so the 7th seed witnessed how an undead Overlord, escorted by hundreds of Death Knights and Soul Eaters, marched upon the battlefield. And this in and of itself was shocking to her. while the nobles and peasants of the kingdom saw little more than undead troops escorting the soon-to-be sorcerer king. Slayn knew the true danger of the undead. Just for context, 3 solitaires summoned by Zurnon, the undead organization that Clementine also belonged to, were able to inflict over 100,000 casualties in the Beastman Nation, and the city where the incident happened became known as the Silent City afterwards. So facing hundreds of them, along with hundreds of Death Knights, just a minor issue, was already an apocalyptic threat in and of itself. And this was something that the servant of Slayn's death god was well aware of. But it was the next step that broke the 7th seed and made her cry bitter tears. The undead Overlord used super tier magic to sacrifice 70,000 soldiers in a single spell. And this was just the first part of the super tier magic, because right after the spell was cast, a black spear appeared, summoning 5 dark youngs, who then trampled the military beneath their very hooves. And this was shocking on so many levels to the 7th seed. Not only did she witness the massacre as peasants were liquefied beneath the hooves of these adorable sheep, as the Overlord called them, but she also saw the Imperial Knights, supposed allies of the Undead King, flee in terror from this very unit, while they trampled each other. But what truly terrified her was knowing exactly what Ainz Ooal Gown had used to summon these dark youngs. The magic of the gods, power beyond the 10th tier of magic, spells so powerful that in Slayn's understanding only their own gods could wield them. And yet this undead Overlord used such magic. And this was the final straw, because the 7th seed also prayed to an undead Overlord who could likely also use the same kind of super tier magic. Surshana. So could it be that he had returned? But if so, why would he fight against humanity? Or was this a rival death god, perhaps associated with Zurnon, the undead cult? And this, in combination with the many horrors she had witnessed on the Katze Plains, drove her to retreat to her chamber and cry for days on end. And with that said, now it's your turn. What do you think about Ainz Ooal Gown's apocalyptic spell, his adorable sheep, and the way the 7th seed of the Black Scripture reacted to all of this? Let me know it down in the comment section below. And with that said, please check out my German channel, my fantasy channel, and if you don't want to listen to my voice or accent but are still interested in the things I have to say, I have made an AI channel, narrated by almost a woman, where I use AI voiceovers for my videos. And these channels are all linked down in the video description. Also, please check out my Patreon if you want to support me beyond just leaving a like or sub. And with that said, I say thank you very much for watching, thanks to my Patreons for supporting this channel, and as usual, I say my special thanks to Ada Daddy Ada, ASK, Bad Guy Yee, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon S, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Din Pep, Dragonlord Placidus Saxophone, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feralchivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Haster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Loverazor, Merwek, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pentum, Personage, Ruru, Primus 11, Rhinomere, Q&A Caracos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Sir Axolotl, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rocket Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenokai, Ernst Onegon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon on my next video.